Hi everybody, it's Lene. I have a really sweet little Valentine's Day project to share with you this week. This is a mini Matchbox Valentine. Inside is a special little hidden Valentine. They're really quick and easy to make. I paired this little box with my little Bo Peep that my grandma gave me when I was 5 years old. They're both very tiny. How tiny? Pretty tiny. I can't wait to show you how to put this together, and if you stick around to the end of the video, one of you can learn, well, all of you can learn how one of you will win the Matchbox to keep as your very own or to share with a friend. And we also have a bonus project, so stick around to the end of the video and you'll get all the details on that. So let's make a mini Matchbox Valentine together. All right, so let's take a better look at my little mini Valentine's Day Matchbox. And it's got a little pull here that's more decorative than useful. It's kind of easier just to push it from this side. And if you open it up, there's a little mini envelope, and you can even address it. And you could put several in there if you'd like. There's probably even room in there for a little piece of candy. Very cute, and as you can see, super tiny. So these little matchboxes I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I bought these, last year before, well, actually I bought this pack about 2 years ago before things kind of went crazy with sizes and pricing and everything. So at the time I bought this, it was 10 packages for $1. So who knows, there may not be 10 in there still, and they're $1.25, but still a great deal. So you just take these. We're going to dump out those matches, but don't worry, I'm going to tell you something to do with those at the end of the video. I have a little idea for you. All right, so we're going to empty those out and we're going to use the pieces like this. But first, let me tell you what I used on this one. We're going to make one very similar in a red combination, but for this pastel pink combination, this is 6x6 gingham paper pack from hot off the press, and this is gingham number 2, and it's got all these beautiful colors in it and this adorable tiny gingham print, and when you turn it over it's got a larger print, which is just amazing. I love it. All right, and then so as you can see, it's got the tiny little print on the outside. I wrapped it with a little bit of crocheted lace, and then inside I used the larger print. Come on out, little Valentine. There we go. And a little brad for the pull. All right, so let's get right to this. So for the red one, I'm of course using red gingham, and this one is from gingham number 1. And I'm gonna link all of these down below the video so you won't have any trouble finding them. So I'm going to cover this in a way that you could use this same idea for any size matchbooks, those great big jumbo diamond I keep saying matchbooks, they're matchboxes. So I'm not going to get into measurements, but I'm going to show you how to cover any size. All right, so what I'm going to first start with is the outside of the box, and what I do is just take a pencil, and you see how the box has a little bit of a white border on either side. We like that. We're going to keep that, and I just mark that right with my pencil. And then you can use a paper trimmer for this, but because it has this nice grid on it, you don't even need that. Just take your scissors and just go along and follow the gingham print. Okay, and then this is going to cover very nicely. All right, so what I like to do is start, well, it doesn't matter which side we start on. It's not like there's a front and a back. Go ahead and bend it like this, and then going to crease it. And of course I'm starting with the tiny little gingham print because it's adorable. Okay, and then we're going to do that same thing to the bottom here. Fold it and then crease it. Once we get all this part done, this is going to go very quickly. And that's great because you could mass produce, all 10 of these and give them out to friends. You could do this for school, you could do this for kids, for grandkids, your neighbors, your friends. All right, now we do want that paper to overlap a little bit. Now we're just going to take some glue. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer, which is my favorite, but you could even use a tape runner for this. I'm going to get a little here, a little on the sides. I'm just going to put that right back. There we go. Just want to get any air bubbles out. And you do want to make sure you get a nice fit on the sides. When I did the pink one, I wasn't so careful and I got a little bit of slack in there that I had to kind of wiggle out. So we're going to make extra sure that's a good fit. And the best way to do that is just look at it from the end. All right, let's just do a little bit more glue right here. There we go. All right, and now I have some adorable little crocheted lace. We're going to go ahead and get that on so it has a little bit of time to dry. We're just going to wrap it around and then trim it so that it has overlapped a little bit. And then you can use the white glue or hot glue for this. It really doesn't matter, whatever your choice is. And I like to have the little bit of the scallops facing what would be the bottom so that you can see all that cute little crochet. All right, we're just wrapping that around just like that, and we're going to put a little bit extra here. And then we're just going to give that a couple of minutes to dry while we do the bottom. Okay, so we're almost done. All right, so for the bottom part, we're going to do the nice cute gingham for the inside with the big print. Okay, same with this. We're just kind of measuring, and I like to cut it just a tiny bit smaller than the outside of the box so that it fits in there nicely. Yep, you just want it to fall right in. And you don't need a lot of glue. It's not like it's going to get a lot of touching or movement. It's just decorative. All right, now we're going to cover the bottom part of the box because we want to cover up this little code. So same thing. We're just doing this a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to follow right along that gingham. So another thing I love about this, you just don't need very many tools. Okay, so one of the things we can do here is just crease this right there. And we're going to put some glue here. I'm going to show you a little shortcut. We're going to make that sort of taller, and then we're just going to trim it down so it has a nice fit. Okay, we're going to go to the other end, do that same thing. I like to kind of move it back to crease it. Oops. Hello, pink box. All right. Make sure everything is squared up how it should be. And I'm just going to trim that even with the box edge. So that's it for covering it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and place that little white, standard size white brad. You could have a silver one. It could be any color that you think looks good with that. And then here's the thing. I have a 1/16 inch hole punch, and not everybody has one of those. I also have a little pokey tool, an awl, that's AWL, and that would work too. Even a thumbtack would work, okay? So whatever you do, if you're pushing it through, just be careful of those fingers. I will tell you from experience, mark the center, okay, and then poke, because sometimes your view is obstructed and you don't get it quite where you want it, and then you're like, oh, it's off center a little bit. I'm not saying I did that. Maybe that's what happened several times, but you guys can learn from my mistakes for sure. All right, you see, that looks really cute. A little pull. You know what I saw right there? I did not get that cut really nicely, so I'm going to trim a little bit. There we go. So we're done with that. You guys, this just goes right in here. How cute, right? Now we get to use our little flowers. I'm using these little florets from 49 Market, and this is salsa. And I'm going to link all of these products down below in the description box. That is so cute. These are a little bit bigger than the flowers I used for this one. So how cute, you know, just one flower. I think I just like the one flower. We're just going to go for it. That's adorable. I also love that leaf. It's so pretty. All right. So now we've also got a little tag right there. That is so cute. And what I like to do with that is I cut a little strip of white cardstock. That's about a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch wide. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one end of it and I'm going to kind of fold it in half. It's a fold because of how small it is, but then I'm going to take it. We're going to make that little dovetail. I always start going the wrong direction. So we're going to fold it like this. Which way is it, you guys? Oh yeah, it is this way. Get it wrong every time. And then that makes that little dovetail, which is adorable. All right, so now we're going to take my little pokey tool, and I've got some tiny words and phrases Dazzle stickers. And we've got one here that says I love you, which is so cute, and we're going to use that. So we're going to do, I like to start with the word that's closest to the dovetail. You and love. And the reason I'm using the pokey tool, it just gives me more control because these are so tiny, and it lets you kind of move things around. See, that's up a little high, so we can just move it around. And we got to get that little, whoop, that eye just flew off. Whoa. It's wanting to do its own thing. It's another good reason to use that. All right. Now we can just take little scissors and just trim that. Just a little bit of glue. This is just, whoa, splattered a little glue. This is just going to stick out from underneath that flower. And you can even curve it a little bit. That's adorable. All right, and then I want to use some of these adorable little flat back pearls. And they come in a big pouch like this with just all kinds of colors. And I haven't decided yet whether I want to use the red ones because they are slightly different red. When you're mixing pinks, somehow it works a little more effortlessly. It's okay if they're a different pink, but when you're mixing different reds, I don't know why, somehow that just kind of throws me off a little bit. So I do have these gold ones, which match, whoops, the words on the tag, like that. So cute. All right, and I've also got a little ribbon, which I did forget to grab, so I'm going to go back and grab that, and we'll be right back. All right, I'm back with my ribbon. I'm going to use a little bit of 1/4 inch wide sheer red ribbon. I like to start off with no less than 9 inches, like 12 inches is a great amount to start with. Really lets you play and manipulate with that. And the key to making bows, I feel like, is you tie your bow and then you just scrunch the center and then you start manipulating it, kind of adjusting the loop sizes until you get something you're happy with. I don't think I've ever tied a bow perfectly the first time. Maybe you guys have. All right, we're going to take those off. We're going to go ahead and add this little ribbon. Okay, just like that. And then I do like these little gold flat back pearls. I think they just add a little something Valentine's-y there. There we go. And then we can open this up and we can work on the little envelope, because that's just adorable. That'll let everything set up there. So for my envelope, looks like this. I have a little mini die that I have had for years. But you could just do your own sort of little envelope with triangles, or you could just do a little folded over note. I like to kind of just do it like this. So you would write a message in here, and then you would fold it like this. You would fold it like this, and like this, and like this, just like a real envelope. And then I like to add just the tiniest little dot of glue to hold it so that it's easy to open. I'm just going to hold it just like this. And then I have some adorable little heart stickers. And while that's drying, I'm going to take one of these, just put it right there to seal that. And then that can just go right inside. And as I said, you could do multiples of these. There. How adorable, right? I just think that's so cute. Put a little chocolate in there, one of those little mini Hershey bars, so cute. So you guys, I did mention what we would do with all these matchsticks that you've emptied out. Well, let me show you. I like to take little mini canning jars. Okay, dump a bunch of matches in there. Then cover the lid with some medium grit sandpaper. Put that in there. That makes a great striking surface. Pair that with a favorite candle. Mine's anything that smells like a waffle cone. And that makes a really cute little Valentine's gift, you guys. You could do yours in a different color scheme. I wanted to match my label. So yeah, don't waste your matches. It's always a great little gift to have on hand. We all like to give our favorite candles, but how about matching, you know, little container of sweet little matches. So you guys, as I said, I have a great way for you guys to have a chance to win one of these. So what you need to do is like, comment, subscribe, and then next week, watch next week's video and we'll see who the winner is. Okay, so one of you will win one of these boxes. I'll let you choose which one you want, and then I'll mail that off to you in time for Valentine's Day. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. It was so fun to put these together, and I hope you give that a try too.